Okay, I am jumping on because I had a traumatic night tonight. Like, very traumatic. Well, first, it was a lovely and wonderful day being with my family because my niece Kylie got married today. So, last night was like the rehearsal, wedding dinner, and then today the wedding, and then some of us went to lunch and then went to the reception. But on my way to the reception, sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. I received a phone call from my lawyer saying he hasn't heard a word from David and he sent the papers like a week and a half ago. And I lost it at that point because I've been trying to communicate with David for weeks now. Like, I've tried texting him, but he has me blocked. I've tried leaving voicemails. I've sent him emails, and I get no response, nothing at all. So I called his phone, and of course I'm blocked, so it just immediately sends me to voicemail. I left him the nastiest and meanest message because honestly, I'm so sick of the game. I'm done with it. I'm tired of his mind games. I'm tired of his childish, and I let loose. I was driving on my way to Holiday, Utah to go to Kylie's reception. And, of course, I didn't need this, but me trying to make sure everything gets done smoothly, quickly. It's not amicable and it's not civil, obviously. So I left him a message, and I will be honest, I lost it. I swore a ton in this message because I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of how this is going. And, and I told him, I was like, you act like your mother, which he acts just like his mother. Mean, vindictive, nasty, monster, all of it. He acts just like his mother. So I get to the reception, we're having a great time. Everyone's there that can be there. We had a taco truck there, and the tacos were amazing. Oh, sorry, I'm so tired. I've been gone all day. And then right after Kylie and Lincoln cut the cake, my phone rings, and lo and behold, it's David. And he is such a narcissist. Down to the core. He is a narcissist. He tried saying that he blocked me. He has only blocked me the one time, which that is such a lie. I have it multiple times, on my phone, and I told him that. I was like, quit lying. I have proof, which I do. It's on my phone. And then I told him, I said, I've tried emailing you, and he goes, oh, I blocked you on there too. I've tried so hard to communicate with him because he has lied to say and said that I left him with half the debt, which is so not true. I've contacted who I need to contact, and I have invoices of half the debt that I will be paying. And I told him, I said, if you had communicated and unblocked me and been an adult about this and not acting like a child, I said, you would know these things. You would know I've communicated and I've taken half of it with me. I said, but because you've acted like this, you haven't responded to anything. And I have proof on my phone, in my email, that I've tried texting. I've left voicemails. I've sent emails. I've done all of this stuff. And he's blocked me on every avenue that I could contact him. And I told him, I said, and by the way, I spoke with the financial attorney, and since you refuse to communicate, you'll be paying every penny of everything because he's acting like a child. And then, he tried to blame, saying, it's partly my fault for the divorce because we weren't on the same page financially, which, once again, so untrue. I have paid everything for the most part for the last 5 years. He has not paid hardly anything because he went to jail in 2019 for his sex crime and could not find a job. And while he was in jail, I was working 2 jobs, 80 hours a week. I was working 6:30 a.m. to 1 a.m., like getting very little sleep and working these 2 jobs. So while he was in jail for 7 months, for most of that 7 months, that's what I did. 2 jobs, 80 hour or 40 hours each job. And then after he got out of jail, who was doing all the working? It was me, because now he has a felony on his record, and technically a sex crime is listed as a violent felony. And so he was having a hard time finding a job, and when he did find a job, it doesn't pay very well. So once again, I was still paying all the bills, and he wasn't hardly paying anything. And then, yes, he got on at JBS and Hiram, and he did help pay for a year and a half that he worked. So I guess you could say like 3.5 years, I paid everything. But like I said in a previous video back in October, he just up and quit because he bought into this scam online thinking, oh, I'm going to make bank, which he didn't. And so I was paying all the bills, all the rent, the car payment, the car insurance, internet, phone, like everything, groceries. I paid everything. And so, and then, you know, I was trying to save money because I bought this, it's like a savings binder where it has different like envelope folders, like, and it's, they send stickers with it where you can put, like, one folder could be like birthdays, Christmas, just a savings one in general, utilities, rent, you know. So I have one of those, and I tried saving money so many times, but he would never help. And I told him, I said, you didn't help pay stuff, and then you wanted me to save up hundreds of dollars so he could go to Las Vegas in September this year for his birthday, for his 40th, which that's not happening obviously anymore. But he refused to save with me. And he even flat out told me, he's like, I'm not saving money with you ever. I don't believe in saving money. Like, he was the one who refused to get on the same page with me. Not once did he want to be on the same page financially. Like, he wanted to do all these stupid schemes and not help pay bills while I was paying everything. So once again, that was a lie. Like, he just like creates these lies in his head. And us not being on the same page financially is not what killed our marriage. What killed our marriage is him cheating. And I told him, I said, you're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry you kept getting caught. That's what you're sorry about, but you were not sorry for what you did. And every time I said something, he was like, well, that's your opinion and that's what you want to believe. And I also told him, I said, you know, I found all these cards that you wrote me, and in this journal that, or notebook, whatever you want to call it, we used to write notes to each other, and I found that email, and I was like, I don't know if you really loved me over the 10 years, and I don't know why you married me other than that's what everybody was doing at BYU, Idaho. And he goes, no, that I didn't get married because everybody else was doing it, which, again, I don't believe that. That's a load of crap. I firmly believe he got married, or wanted to get married, because everybody else was getting married. And he felt like that's what he needed to do because, you know, they preach to you on your mission when you're leaving that, oh, you need to go find a wife and you need to do this and that and blah, blah, and get married. And so that's what he was about. And so honestly, and I told him, I was like, I don't know if I believe if you ever loved me. And once again, he turned it on me. And if that's what you want to believe, that's your opinion. And like, he would never like admit to anything. And there were times that he was like, yeah, I caused this. But then he would spin it around and say, well, if that's what you believe and that's what you want your opinion to be or whatever. Like, and then I told him that he sexually assaulted me. I told him that flat out. I was like, I said, remember all these times how I hurt every time, and this is what you did to me. And he's like, oh, so what, now you're gonna bring charges on me and put me back in jail? And I never said that. I didn't say I was going to bring charges on him, but I was like, I want you to know how you were hurting me. And I told him, I said, and honestly, I think you were hurting me, A, on purpose, and B, because this is what you saw in porn. Oh, no, I didn't do it to you on purpose, and I didn't do it to you because I saw it on porn. And again, I do not believe him because he was just lying, like, lying, like, the whole entire time. And I will get to more of his lies. But again, he's not sorry for what he did to me. He never apologized for it. He's just afraid that I'm going to bring charges on him and have him thrown back in jail, which honestly I probably should, but I'm not going to do that because at the same time, I'm already, anyways, financial stuff. Oh, another one of his lies. So the papers, my lawyer has sent the paper to him and he has to sign for it. And technically he is gone in the middle of the day at work. So I guarantee that the post office, because if you're not there to sign for something, the post office will leave you a note in the mailbox or on the door saying, hey, we tried to drop this off. It's now at the post office. You can come get it there. And he says that he has never gotten anything. And then 2, he said that ever since I changed my address, that he has not ever received any mail ever again. And that is such a lie. Such a lie. Like, and I even asked my sister this tonight. I said, we have never, ever, ever have we received one piece of mail in his name here. It has only been in my name because I changed my address. Like, on the, because the post office now you have to, like, they only do the address changes online, and you have to pay, like, I think $1.99 to change your address, which is fine. And I did. I clicked individual, and then I put my name down. Okay, only me, individual. I did not do a family or 2 people. I did 1 person for myself. So once again, he is lying, because if I had changed his address too, I'd be getting all of his mail down here. But not one piece of mail of his has arrived at this house, like, ever in the last almost 2 months that I have been here. So once again, lie. And then, because he doesn't have the car, I have the car because I am the buyer, the main buyer on the car. He is, I mean, they consider him a co-buyer or a co-signer, because his credit sucks all the time. And like every car we've gotten, I'm the buyer on it. It has not ever been him, me. And so I have the car because it's under my name, and he's just a co-buyer or co-signer, whatever you want to call it. So he rides the bus to work, and so yes, he doesn't get home from work until, evening time when the post office is closed. But he could have gotten those papers from the post office already, or that certified mail that is there for him. He could have gotten it because the post office is open Saturday mornings, and he doesn't work Saturday mornings. Again, he is making up lies and making up excuses as to why he has not signed the paperwork and sent it back. So my lawyer will be contacting him tomorrow. Oh, and I told him that. And he goes, well, what time is he calling? Because I told him, I said, when he calls, you better answer that phone. And he goes, well, what time is he calling? I was like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know what my lawyer's schedule is. That's not for me to know. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a secretary. And so I said, better yet, maybe you should take the initiative and call him. So David unblocked me again, because I told him to quit acting like a child. And I've tried to communicate everything, and he refuses to act like the adult. And I have to be the adult and do everything, like always. But he unblocked me again. And so I sent him the phone number for the lawyer, because I'm done playing the game. Like, he's the one who wants this divorce so bad because he always gets caught, and he's tired of me catching him and holding him accountable for him destroying the marriage, that, you know, he wanted it. And so, anyways, I was like, dude, you better answer your phone tomorrow because I'm done with this game. Like, I told him, I said, I am to the point where I will drive to Logan myself, and I will get you from a job, and we will go to the freaking post. I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of this. Oh, something else he told me. He does not care about my feelings at all. Narcissist him. And he is the victim in this, of course. Even though he told me tonight, and I told him to quit playing the victim role, and he was like, but I'm not being a victim. Yeah, you are. You are the victim 100%. When he turns it back on me all the time and says that it was my fault, like we weren't on the same page financially, and, you know, if that's my belief and if that's what I think, you know, he turns it back on me every time, and I told him to knock that off too. Like, I'm done. I'm done playing his mind games. I'm so sick of him. But yeah, he told me that because he was like, at one point, he's like, well, I'll just sit here and listen and you can tell me your feelings. And I said, well, what's the point in doing that when you don't want to open up and you don't want to discuss this with me? And he's like, well, I don't care about your feelings and you don't care about mine. And I was like, okay, so let's stop that one again, because that's a lie too. Because, okay, if I hadn't cared about his feelings this whole entire time, then why did I A, stick with him, B, put $5,000 or more towards him when he was in the jail for 7 months, C, I went to every probation visit for the most part. I may have missed one or two. Like, I can count on one hand how many I missed in 2.5 years. But I went to every probation visit with him. I went to some of his therapy sessions that I was invited to. I went to them, make sure, you know, that he felt supported. Every time he had to update stuff on the registry on the sex offender registry at the police station, I went to almost every single time. There were a couple times I couldn't go because he went when I was working and I could not get off. But for the overall most part, I went every single time he had to update that stupid thing. And when people talked crap on him, I stuck up for him. I defended him to the hilt. So, I did everything in my power possible to make the marriage work. But yeah, I don't care about his feelings. And I told him all that. I listed all these reasons. And he's like, well, yeah, you're right. Really? I'm right? Of course I'm right. Like, if someone didn't care about your feelings so much, why would they do so much for you to stand by you when you did such a horrible thing that he doesn't like to take full responsibility for, even though he did it? You know, and in the process, I lost friends and different, you know, individuals because I stayed with him. Like, I sacrificed so much to be with him. So much. But I felt it was the right thing to do because I was like, I didn't get married to get divorced. I love my husband. Like, I would do anything for him, and I did do everything for him possible. And yet he says I didn't care about his feelings. Like, he's so screwed up. He's such a narcissist. Like, he doesn't care how I feel, and yet he's like, oh, I'm the victim and you didn't care about my feelings. But again, I mean, he says he's not the victim, but obviously he is the victim if I didn't care about his feelings so much. Like, oh my gosh, he made me so angry. And I cried at Kylie's reception for a little bit, like, and it was hard to, like, shut my emotions down and come back into the moment of happiness for her, and, you know, be in that moment with my nieces and my adorable nephews, and, you know, suppressed that. Oh my gosh, he called me in the worst moment ever. And yes, he didn't know it was Kylie's wedding reception, so I cannot fault him on that. And I wasn't not going to take the call because I have been trying to communicate with him for weeks and weeks. I've tried so hard. And so I was like, hey, I have to take the call. I didn't want to take the call because, you know, I was in such a great place, like with everyone there. I had siblings, nieces, nephews. My mom is down here. Like, it was, and then my sister-in-law, Sherry, her family, which, I mean, like, I know them. Like, I'm not close with them, but, like, I love her mother. Her mother is just so sweet. BJ, oh, she's the sweetest sweetheart. She has done a lot for my mom. She's always treated me so kindly ever since David and Sherry like got married. Like, I have nothing but such amazing things and feelings for Sherry's parents, BJ and Ray. And Ray is no longer with us, but she's also one of my cheerleaders in my corner, and so I love her. And but yeah, so just being there with Sherry's family, my family, and then Lincoln's family, my newest nephew. So I'm so happy for Kylie and Lincoln, but I had to take the phone call. I didn't want to take it, but I had to take it because I was just over it in the worst way ever. So sick of David. So sick of his mind games and being a narcissist and playing his victim role. I mean, he's still doing it tonight. But yeah, he's unblocked me again for I don't know how many times this is now, even though he's like, it's only one time. No, that's such a lie. I have proof. I have it on my phone. So anyways, I know this is a longer video and I'm not apologizing for it because I needed to get it out instead of just sitting on this for 2-3 days before making a video, and because I'm tired of him getting me down, even though like this process is going to keep getting me down a little bit every time something comes up. But I'm tired of him getting me down, so that's why I'm talking about it so soon. And yeah, hopefully somebody can learn from or be helped by my videos. I don't know. I hope anyone who's going through the same journey, who also is living through narcissistic abuse from their spouse. So anyways, thank you again for listening to me. I really do appreciate it. If you want to share my video with somebody who needs help, please do. I don't mind if they want to reach out to me. I'm always here. If I don't respond, it's usually I'm at work or sleeping or something. But yeah, thank you for listening to me always. I really appreciate it, and I've gotten so many views on my other videos, so thank you. Anyways, I will talk to you all soon again. Bye.